Well, with that, there is some big breaking news which is coming and a massive setback to Nirav Modi, who is currently, remember, in London awaiting his extradition to India. The High Court has refused Nirav Modi's application to appeal to the Supreme Court. In fact, on 9th of November this year, the High Court had given the green signal for his extradition to India. The High Court had refused Nirav Modi's appeal. Let me go across to Bhavtosh, who's joining us with more on this. This is a huge blow for Nirav Modi, who till date is trying to exercise each and every possible legal avenue which may be available to him to try and escape being tried back at home in India. Well, we'll try and reconnect with him. Remember, Nirav Modi has been accused in one of the biggest bank scams, the PNB and a consortium of other banks who have alleged scams on Nirav Modi. Let me try and go back across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, I was asking you, massive blow, isn't it, for Nirav Modi?
Yes, a massive blow as far as his appeal, asking that he should be allowed to appeal in the Supreme Court. That appeal has been rejected by the London High Court. In fact, as far as the law is concerned in UK, one has to first get an approval or a clearance from the High Court before they can appeal in the Supreme Court. That appeal has been rejected by the London High Court just few minutes back. So what are his options? Well, he can go before the government and seek political asylum. What we have gathered from very top sources in the Federal Probe Agency is that he has already applied for political asylum, much like, say, Vijay Mallya, who, despite all legal avenues being closed on him, he still managed to make sure that he stays in UK. What Nirav Modi has also done is trying to seek political asylum. But in his case, if you just go by the various rulings of London High Court as well as of Westminster Court, they have all said that he is a flight risk. And the London High Court in its last ruling also has said that they had seriously gone through the various psychiatric or psychiatrist reports, and they have found that his plea that he will he will die by suicide is not true. And
sorry to interrupt you. I'll just come back to you, Bhavtosh. Subramaniam Swamy is also joining us. Dr. Swamy, of course, legal as well. Dr. Swamy, we are, of course, trying to understand the way that the legal system works in United Kingdom's repeated setbacks coming in. Now, the High Court is not even giving Nirav Modi has snubbed his application to appeal to the Supreme Court. Does that mean this is going to be the end of the rope, or are there other legal avenues which may be open to him?
He can hope to go to the House of Lords if he wants, but you see, the appeal is not an automatic thing. People think that if you lose in one court, you can go appeal to a higher court. There has to be a basis. You have to show that this was wrong and that this was wrongly, this law was wrongly applied by the lower courts, that kind of thing. But in Nirav Modi's case, there was no such available escape routes for him. He went in just to buy time, but in fact, you had interviewed me on this, and I said he has no hope.
Yes.
So he is a man who has robbed the country, and our country has, the hardworking people have saved so much money, and this man has sort of looted them indirectly, of course, but nevertheless, that's the effect. So I think India should now tell the UK government that enough is enough. Please send him back, because we are fighting corruption, and corruption is an international phenomenon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Swamy, for joining us. Let me go across to Swapnil Kothari also, who's joining us, an advocate. Swapnil Kothari, how much more time, as Dr. Swamy was also saying, he's just trying to buy time to try and delay the impending extradition. How many more avenues, how many more time can he actually buy before he's brought back to India?
Well, I think, Meghna, what he's going to do is he's probably still going to go to the European Commission of Human Rights. He's possibly going to apply to the Secretary for asylum. There are, I think, 2-3 other still options left. It's possibly going to be still another year before we actually see him on our soil and facing the wrath of the Indian courts and the law here. So I think we'll have to keep waiting, and for some time. It's not going to be that easy. He's going to exercise all his rights, which he has it, in as much as we may find frustrating. We may find it frustrating, but that's his legal rights. And he will try to exercise it, given the very powerful man that he is and a very rich man. So obviously there will be lawyers who will be jumping up to defend him or to try this avenue, even though they know what the result is going to be. So they will try to do that, and they are not wrong in that, provided this gentleman is willing to pay them the kind of fees that they would be asking. And this is what it is going to be. Of course, it's more to do with diplomacy, I believe, because I think at the political level, this needs to be tackled more than at the judicial level. Now that the politics should come into play, and diplomatic channels should operate where the UK Prime Minister is told by none other than our Prime Minister, let's try to get this over and done with.
Well, thank you so much, Swapnil Kothari, for your legal opinion. India should now make it very clear to UK it's over and done with. Send him back home to face trial. Thank you so much for joining us. With that, a short break.